Hi and welcome to my channel. My name's Teresa and I'm the cardboard crafter, and coming on today with it, I'm having a little bit of a play today in the craft room. So a couple of weeks ago I was going through Pinterest and I saw this really cute little small little folio, like a tiny little pocket folio, and it had a notebook and some pockets in it, and I thought it was really cute, but there was no link to instructions or a website or anything like that. So I've spent the morning with some copy paper trying to replicate it, and I think I've managed to do it. So I'm using 12 by 12 papers, so a little bit bigger because I wanted it to be pocket size but still big enough to be useful. So a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and yeah, should we get started? So the first thing I'm going to do is just score it in half. So that'll be, because it's 12 by 12, that'll be at the 6-inch mark. So score it in half. Then I'm just going to turn it to the side like that and score again at 4 and 8. So 4 and 8. So we've now got 6 sections at 4 by 6, so 4 by 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6 sections. I'm just going to flip it over and rescore those, because some of my lines I want to go backwards and forth, I want to go different ways. So that's 4, that one's 8, and we'll turn it round and score this one again at 6. There we go, and I can pop that away now, and I'm just going to reinforce those score lines. I'm going to fold that in for now. I want that to be on my outside, but I will just fold it in for now, just so that I can see those score lines, because you can't see them very well on the back, this pattern side, although I do love that pattern. I think it's absolutely brilliant, but I can't see the score lines. So there we go. There's all my score lines creased. So I'm going to open it back up. I'm going to flip it over to this side, because hopefully you can see those score lines as well as I can. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down the middle. So this is my 6-inch score line there, the one that was just in the middle, and I'm just going to cut from the edge to the first score line. So you can see there's one of my, that's either my 4 or my 8. So I'm just going to cut down this score line to there, and I'm removing the score line. So I'm going to cut either side of it so that I can remove it. This just makes it just a little bit easier for folding it backwards and forwards. So there we go. That's one side of the score line, and let's go back down the other side. These scissors aren't exactly brilliant, so I'm going to change from these in a minute, I think. In fact, I'll do that now. Didn't want to use these because they're little, but I think these are going to be better for me to cut with. Yes, that's much better. So just cut to the score line and then cut that piece off like that. So we've just got, so as you can see, I've cut that piece, that score piece out, and then turn it, because I now want to cut up this one here. So again, cutting either side of this score line, because we want to remove it. So trying to be nice and close to that crease mark that I've got there, and stopping short at that 6-inch crease mark that we did there. I'll just bring it down. I have got some black scissors which are longer, but I can't find them at the moment. Put them down somewhere safe. Too safe, because I've hidden them even from me. Right to the end, and then cut that away. Whoops. We don't need that, so I'll pop my scissors to one side. I want the pattern on the outside, so I'm just going to fold that back like that. Get my bone folder, And what you want to do is, because you've now made these cuts, you want to make sure that your lines are all your edges are all lined up, because sometimes they can go on the wonk once you start cutting them. Turn that one over, line that up, crease that again, fold that back, fold that one back, just reinforcing those creases. So what we've got now is my 12 by 12 with those 6 4 by 6 triangles, and then I've made a cut on one of those and a cut here, stopping short on both of them when they come to the first crease mark. So I want to work on this piece now, this loose piece that I've cut along the 4 mark and stopped at here. So this long piece I want to work on here. I'm going to fold everything back. This I'm going to bring in my guillotine, because what I want to do is to cut this piece down to 2. I'm going to flip it over, that's easiest for me. Flip it out. Oh no, this way is going to be easiest, isn't it? Threading it through like that. And that will depend on your trimmer, what sort of trimmers you've got. So I'm going to take this to and I'm still playing, still deciding, so I'm going to take it to 4.5 and chop 4.5 inches off like that. So what I've got now is that. Okay, right, still with me? Hopefully you are. Okay, I'm going to keep this because I need this piece in a minute. Pop that to one side, and then what I want to do now is to create a pocket here. What I want to do is bring this over and create a pocket where you come in this side. Okay, so I want my folio to be like this. So let's crease that down, and then to go round there like that. So let's crease all of that in place. That's how my folio, my mini pocket folio, will be like that. And that will be, yeah, that will be on the inside, I think. Yeah, I think that's going to be on the inside. I'm going to have to do a little bit of trimming here, so let me do that before we start gluing or cutting any more. Where did I put those scissors? There they are. Right, and I'm just going to actually, no, I was going to see if I could find my scalpel, which would make it easier, but again, it's put away somewhere safe. Right, so I'm just trimming that down a little bit, just to get rid of a little bit of loose bits. That's when I think that's probably when I was using these scissors rather than these much sharper ones. Okay, so that's how my folio is going to go. And actually, do you know what, I can see that bit of blue now, that's going to bother me, so I'm going to cut that as well. Right. Like I said, I'm having a play, just using this piece as a guide for that piece, just cutting that very carefully off so that I can't see it when I fold it over. Right, yeah, that's much better. Look, you can't see it at all now. Right, okay, so what I want to do is have 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, open this, it's going to be my notebook, and then I want a little pocket here. So to do the pocket, I'll need a hole punch or whatever you like to use, because I want to just create a little finger lift here in the middle. So I'm just punching that out like that. So we've got that. And now I'm going to use my glue. So to create this as a pocket, I'll need to go across the bottom and up this side, staying this side of that crease because I don't want to glue this piece down. So fingers crossed that my bottle is going to work. There we go. So just a really thin line, staying this side of that score mark so that we don't interfere with this page here. Let's just spread that slightly thicker there. Okay, and then bring this down like that. This is what I mean, you have to make sure everything's all lined up when you come to creasing. Let's flip this back over. I'm going to use my bone folder just to push that glue into my papers. I could have used my inks and inked all round there, couldn't I? I might do that later. Get something in there and just ink it. That will do. Right, so I've got these two here, got my pocket done, and I've got this. Now, I think I'm going to work on these pages first. What I want to do is I want to have a little pocket on both sides, and I'm going to use this scrap that I've got. So let's pop that there and bring in my guillotine again. Now, I can go from corner to corner if I want, but I want a slightly different look to that. So let's see, how do we do that? If I do that and that, I do that and that, just having a think. I'm going to do that and that, I think. Right, and I'll guillotine this and I'll show you what I've done. But this is just completely up to you, which your taste is. So that's my piece of paper that I got from here. And what I've done is I've come down. So this is 5 by 4. And what I've done is I've come down on the 5 length. I've come down about 1 inch, and then I've gone up. This is about 1/2 inch because I've done it by eye. If you want to be more precise, then do it 1 inch either side. So now what I've got is 2 pockets, different sizes, but I'm going to use them on here. So what I could have done if I'd have gone corner to corner is I could have, no, that still would, no, I could have done like that, couldn't I? So they faced each other if I had gone corner to corner. But I'm going to live with that, I think. Yeah, I'm going to live with that. And again, just because I can, I'm just going to put a little finger lift in both of them. Actually, let me have a little bit of a play first before I start gluing. So that one, can I put that one that way? I could do, couldn't I? I can still put that one that way. I could even cut that corner off a little bit if I wanted, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put it like that so that they're facing each other. They are different, but you know what? It's my project. I'll do what I want on my project. In fact, what I will do is I'm going to cut that point off because I really don't like that point. So I'm going to cut it off and put it on there like that. Now, because I trimmed that down, that's slightly longer, so I need to trim that a little bit as well. There we go. That will do. So let's glue that down. So to glue this down, just these long edges there. So let's do that. And I just really like this paper. It's Heidi Grace, something like that. And I've had it for absolutely ages. But I like it so much. You know, it's one of those. I like it so much that I hardly even use it. And that's the problem. I'm trying to, this year, use up papers or start to use papers on projects that I like. Papers that I like on projects. Just, if no other reason than they're just sitting there doing nothing and not earning their place or their keep. So again with this one, I'm going to do the same. So that long edge, I'm just not happy with that point. But if I cut it off any shorter, I don't know that it's gonna work. What do you think? If I do that, what do we think? Is that going to be? Do you know what? I think I might just cut this one down so it looks smaller against that one. I think that might work better. Let's get my guillotine out again. I did say I was playing. So let's pop that in. Like that. And I do want to cut those points off. I'm just going to cut a tiny little piece off those ends. I'm not mad keen on points on those. So let's pop those over there. I might keep that, so I might use that for something in a minute. So that goes there. It is a much smaller pocket than that, but I think it's okay. If it bothers you, then I would, when you cut this, cut from point to point rather than like I did and come in a little bit. Or maybe I should have had a bit of a play, a bit more of a play, just to see how those pockets went. Okay, so that is that one done. Or I could have just stayed with them facing the same way, couldn't I? But there you go. Right. Okay, so now I've got the front, I've got a pocket here, a pocket here. Open that up and I've got a plain page there, and I've got a pocket here, and then I've got this bit here. Let me show what I'm going to do with this piece. I've already cut myself some copy paper. So this measures, what does this measure? This measures, get the ruler out, 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, because this triangle is 4 by 6, isn't it? So I didn't want to cover it completely. So those are going to go there, and that's going to come down. I don't think you're going to see very well, but what I have done, did I keep those bits? I had some bits that I've already done. I know they're here somewhere. I'll probably put them somewhere safe. Was it? No, it wasn't that one. Doesn't matter. What I've done is I've got a perforating blade. So what I've done is I've come down, I've cut these, and then I've come in 1.5 inches and I've perforated them all at 1.5 inches, so that when I use it I can rip a page out if I need to. So those now are going to go in there, and how you fasten them is entirely up to you, but this is the way that I'm going to do it. Bring that down, and I'm going to bring in my crocodile, and I'm going to by eye punch a hole there, and again by eye punch a hole there. And then I've got myself some very pretty little, I call them split pins. That's what we call them in the office. I'm not entirely sure. They're not brads, are they? Because brads are those ones that you kind of put through and then crunch. if that's the right word. So let's pop those in there, flip it over, and let's open those pins out. And that one. Now those aren't exactly pretty, so that one looks a little bit rusty because I have had these a while. But what I've got is I've got some scraps of paper from the pack that I've used. So what I'm going to do is find a piece. Now, do I want a piece that matches in, or do I want a piece that stands out? And that is thicker as well, isn't it, that piece? Either that one or that one. No, I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to cut a piece that's 4 inches. Guillotine, where are you? Got ya. Right, 4 inches across. Let's do that. And then I'm just going to glue that there. So it's the back of my pocket folio, but hides all the workings. I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this one because I want to put glue all over this. And if I use that little one, oh gosh, I was going to say if I use the little one I'll be here all day, but this has just come out of nowhere, hasn't it? What is going on? Right, okay, I've got my glue spreader. So let's just use that to spread all that glue around and take some of it off because I don't need that much. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Oh, got me bin, haven't I? Got me bin with a bit of scrap paper in, so I'll just put it on there. You can tell it's live, you can tell it's not rehearsed because I'm making a right pig's ear of this. Right, like I said, this is me playing. Right, there we go. Let's get rid of that and glue this piece down. I'm coming down ever so slightly from the top, so you just see a little bit of the regular pattern there, but then that's going to go on there and cover up those split pins. I'm just going to use my bone folder to get in all those little creases, those little bits between the pins. So that, let me just pull it that way a little bit because that's slightly over that crease there. So let's pull it that way. There we go. And then I can come back in again and get this to have contact all the way around those pins like that. Let's pop these to one side out of the way again. So that hides all that workings, and I've got my little notepad there. And what I could do, and what I might do, is come back and cut some of these out and glue them onto the corner. You know, these little flowers, which go incredibly well with these little split pins that I found in my stash. Okay, so nearly there. Let's reinforce those a bit more. So what I want to do is I want it to fold in like that. Then this one comes across, and then this one comes across, and that's why I wanted that, because I don't want it to sort of stick out. That is slightly over a bit. I don't know whether you can see it from with the camera, but I can. Oh, it's not even going to cut, is it? It's that close. Okay, so the easiest thing then is to just use your finger to push it round. There we go. So when I open my little pocket folio, I don't see the back of those split pins, so that's good. Right, now let's get on to the next bit. I'm going to pop this to one side so it can dry, and I'm bringing in a piece of 6x6 paper and my what's it called, an envelope maker. Of course it is. Right, yeah, I've been in the craft room all day, so right, so all I'm going to do is make an envelope using my 6x6 papers. So I'm going to punch it at 3. Let's start again. Punch it at 3. the easiest way to put it back. So if you're ever in this position where you've pulled it out and you've still got a score, the easiest way to put this back is to press down on there, push it back in, and it will find its way to there. So you end up in exactly the right place. Hold it steady. I'm going to have to go back in again. Hold it steady and then make your score. Bring it round. And of course I'm doing it on the pattern side, so I can't see. Let's do it on the plain side, Teresa. Let's make life easier. There we go. Now I can see my score. Bring it in. Although, because I'm doing a 6x6, it's a square. So I could have just measured to 3 and carried on round. Don't forget to score. Bring it back. Line it up and punch. There we go. Turn it round because I want it to look pretty. Get rid of those bits. Don't need them. Turn it round and I'm going to just round those corners off in there. 1, 2, 3 and 4. There we go. And I can pop that envelope maker away and let's make an envelope. So fold all of these in. I don't know why I'm showing. I should have just made an envelope, shouldn't I? Because I'm sure you all know how to make an envelope if you've got an envelope maker, and even if you haven't, there's loads of tutorials of different ways to make an envelope. Right, now what I want to do is, because I'm going to glue this onto this page here, and I'm just going to make sure this should fit. I just want to make doubly sure that it will. Yes, it will. Perfect. Right, that should, yeah, it should be. I think it's about 3.5 by 3.5, so it should fit. Yeah, 3.5. Right, now what I want to do is create the envelope, but I want to make sure that when I put the envelope on that it's the right way round. So, because as you can see, I've got the birds on there, and although it's not especially directional, there is one way. If I turn it that way, then all the birds are upside down. So what I want to do is create an envelope where the birds that are on show are the right way round. Hope that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it as if I'm making the envelope. And then see which way looks the best. So I think that's going to be the best, that bit at the top as the flap. Just catching a little bit in this corner, so I'm just going to nick that out. Just a tiny little piece. Sometimes happens with them if your papers are a slightly different size to the ones that they want you to be. So I'm guessing that that's not a true 6x6 paper. So I didn't check before I started on this project. Let's cut that out. There we go. So that is the flap I want to come down like that. This is the flap that's going to go up. So let's glue this together. Just going to put a little bit of glue on that edge just to hold that on there. So that should hold that well. And then I'm just going to go round this piece and bring that up. There we go. There's my envelope done. That's my flap bit, which I want to leave open for now. I might put a sticker or something on it. That's just not quite sure why that's a bit Maybe that's the side where I took it out of the book. Right. Okay, so that's my envelope done. And I want to glue it onto here. Like that. So that it opens. I could put it sideways if I wanted. But I'm going to put it that way, I think. So let's put a little bit of glue on the back. I'm not going to use that big one because I don't want glue to go everywhere in my finished project. So I'm going to use this one. Should be plenty enough to catch. Anyway. And we're nearly there, nearly done. Apart from decorating, which I won't decorate it on camera, but you will see it decorated at the top of the video. Because I'm going to have a look and see what I've got that goes with this paper. Just wanted to have a go at making this. So that's that. So let's do some tags to go in there. So I'm going to pop that there. And what I've done is I've cut myself some papers. These are, let's get my ruler out again. Right way around. These are 5.5 by 3.5, and I'm going to, that's why I kept this, because I'm thinking just adding a little bit along the bottom there. In fact, that one might be better, just along the bottom like that. That's a little bit thicker, just so as it all ties in together like that. I've got something heavy. I'm just going to put those on there to hold that down. So yes, I'm thinking that those can go on there. But actually, before I carry on, let me check that it will go in here. I'll just check that they'll fit. Yes, that will fit perfect. So where's my corner rounder? I know I've got it here somewhere. So I'm going to corner rounder all 4 of these. There we go. And then I can use these for making notes on, or I could even put some photos on there, couldn't I, if I wanted. What am I looking for? I'm looking for my guillotine. This is what, yeah, this is what I do. This is how I play. I lose things terribly. I'm just going to cut that. So that's 3.5 wide. So I'm going to cut that to 3.5. Maybe I should have cut it a little bit longer, just in case. So no, that's fine. So I'm going to glue that on there. Again, I'm going to use the this one because I don't want glue going everywhere. What I need to do, I think, is to get myself a little something that I can sit here, so I can hang this upside down. Stand, you know, because when you stand it up, all the glue runs to the bottom. But when you want to use it, you want the glue this end, don't you? So I'm thinking if I had something I could just stand it up like that in, a little pot or something, then the glue stays at the bottom where I need it. So I'm not having to keep shaking it to try and get the glue to the bottom end. So there's one. So that one will go in there. Now, I remember, didn't I cut these a little bit shorter. So let's see. I don't know whether this is going to fit. I might have to readjust the size. Yeah, that's not going to fit in there, is it? It will fit in there, but it's a bit too long, so I'm going to cut that one down. So let's have a look. This is 5.5, so let's cut it. Should we cut it to 5? See how that goes. Will that then go in there okay? Let's see. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? That'll go in fine. So again, let's just double check the width of this, 3.5, and cut this piece at 3.5. I'm going to put it a little bit over just in case my measure's off, and I can trim it back. So before I carry on, let's corner round it. So 3, 4. Now these should be nice and dry, so I can put them straight in, can't I? Let's get my glue, put it on there. I just think using these papers, these offcuts that I've got, will just help to tie it all in together, even if they are slightly different. Well, these ones are the same, because this is it comes in one of those paper pads where you get the little bit at the top that you then have to cut off, or I'm concentrating, either cut off, or on this one there was a little perforation. Let's cut that end off like that. There we go. So that one will go in there. Let's use my bone folder and push that all down. So that's that one done. There we go. And I'm going to put it that way as well, because then you can see the pattern. Could put it that way around, couldn't I? But I think I'm going to prefer it the other way, because you can see that pattern a bit more. So that will go there. Now this one. Now, is this slightly narrower? Let's just see. Okay, so that one will, I'm going to cut it down ever so slightly. This is, yeah, this one's 3.5. So I'm going to cut this one down to 3 1/4, and let's give that a try. This is me. This is the way I kind of play. But it's also, I think I'll put too much glue around the sides. So let's see. Yeah, that will go in fine. And actually, that's a nice length there. So let's see. Now that one has got a hole in it, so I don't want that one. So I could use this one. That's much wider. Let's see. What do we think? Will it work? Let's pop that in there like that. Let's see if that works. Does that work? Does it? What do we think? It's either that or, yeah, see, that's so narrow. It's going to look odd against that, isn't it? What I should have done is done these two first and that one last. Never mind. And that is just going to look odd with the hole in the middle, isn't it? Unless I make something of the hole. What can I do to make the hole look less? I suppose what I could do is cut one of these out and put it on the middle, couldn't I? But you know what, I can't be bothered to do that just today. So let's see what else we've got. Well, that's nice paper, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? Should we put that one on there? Because it's the same colours, isn't it? In fact, do you know what I should have put these? Do you know what? Don't know. Got a solution. Let's flip that one over. Right. Okay. Like I said, just playing. But once I've done it, I'm going to write all these measurements down in my notebook, and I then have a lovely project for some other time. Right, so that one I'm going to put on there. So what did I say this was? 3 1/4. Yep, 3 1/4. So let's cut that one at 3 1/4. There. So that's for that one, and this one I think was 3 1/2. Yep. So that one's 3 1/2. 3 1/2. There we go. So there's always a solution, and if push comes to shove, I could have just changed things about, couldn't I? There we go. And these I think I'm going to put at the top, both of them at the top again as well, so that you can see the papers and they match in. So there's that one there, push that in, so that will go there. And then this one, I've already got that one on that side, so it just means I've got it double-sided. That's all it means. So there we go. Let's glue this down. Oh, sounds like the family's just got back. There goes my peace and quiet for the afternoon. That one goes on there. Let's make that nice and straight. Oh well, I've had a good morning having a play, so there we go. That's that one and that one. So 2 pockets with 2 tags in there, and I might even have a little bit of a play and add 1 or 2 more in there. Maybe, we will see. Let's flip that over. Got my little envelope, which I might I think some tags or some maybe some stickers or something in there. And then I've got this one, which is where that one goes, like that. And I've still got some left, so I may come back and either add another one in there, or I could even cut these in half and put 1 each in. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Let's not say I could, let's do it. Let's go mad and do it. Right, what size is this? 5.5. 5.5. So what's 5.5? Half of 5 is 2.5. Half of a half is, right, so 2 3/4. That's worked in my head. Okay, there we go. And I could, if I wanted, use one of these, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to stick with corner rounding them. Did have the corner round. Are you like me? You look and you can't see it. It's right in front of you, especially on projects like this, right in front of you, but still can't see it for looking. Terrible like that when I'm in the craft room. So these I think will go in there, and I'm probably going to come in and use my inks around the outside of this. But before I do that, no. Can I get 2 out of this? I don't think I can. So look, no, it's just short. How annoying, how frustrating. That's too big. Let's see, let's go back to what we've got. My scraps. These all come from the paper pads, so I know that these colours all match in. Well, that's nice. That sort of, that's the right colours. And then I've got that one as well. Which, do I want to use that? I don't know that I want to use that one on this project. Let's have a think. No, I don't want to use that either. Let me have a think. And this one's far too wide for on there, isn't it? Look, by the time you've glued that on there, you've lost half your tag. So that one's too big. This one is small enough, but is not going to do the 2 of them. So let me have a think. Could I just do that? Do you know what? I think I'm just going to do that. Right, let's have a look and see how we're going to do it. First thing I think I need to do is to cut it in half. Easiest way to do that is to just do that. Right then. And then I'm just going to do that. And then I can cut those bits off. Right. Let's glue this. Okie doke. Come on, glue. That's what I mean. Glue is all the way at the bottom. have to wait for it to come down. Right, I don't need to go all the way up into those corners, but let's make sure we cover them. Okay, that's that one. Let's go across like that and use my bone folder. So there's one. I'll come back and trim it in a minute. I want it to grab for a minute first. Here's my other one. Now I'm going to put the other one on the other side. I think that'll work. We'll see. We will see. If it doesn't work, then it's only a bit of paper or card in this case. So let's do that. They're all wondering where I am. They should know I'm in my craft room. Oh well, I'll be down in a minute. Right, so this one will go from there to there. Hopefully that's about the right angle, or the same angle should I say, as that one. And all I've done is gone from point to point on those edges. Right, hopefully that one's grabbed. I'm going to come in from behind and just trim that off. There's always a solution. Always a way of dealing with it. So there's one, which I'm going to pop in there. Let's do this one. Just using the cream card as a guide to cutting the patterned paper. Let's try and get that straight. Hold on. There we go. And that one will go that side. I think they will stand out a lot more. Definitely coming back in with my inks to ink round the edges of all of these, because I think they'll stand out a lot better. Right, let's get rid of those in the bin. So aside from, do you know what, I think I'm going to use that to decorate it. What do you think? Should we just put that on the front? I think I'm going to put that on the front and then get a strip of cream card and punch notes in it, and then put that on the front with that. I think that's how I'm going to finish it, but you'll see how I finished it at the video, the photo at the top of the video. So that is the finished, almost finished, just need to decorate, the finished pocket folio. Hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed it, and you didn't get too distracting with my chuntering about measurements and stuff. Before I go, actually, I'll give you the measurements of these, because I did mess around a little bit with them, didn't I? So that one is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. This one will be the same, 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. This one on this side is 5 by 3 1/2. I've got the patterns on the both side of that one. This one is a bigger one, longer one should I say. This one is 5 1/2, so it's 1/2 inch longer than that one, by 3 1/4, so it's 1/4 inch narrower than that one and 1/2 inch longer than that one. This was 6 by 6 papers, and then using my envelope maker I measured it, put it to the 3 and then scored. And then this one, which I think I told you the measurements of this one at the top of it, but they were all the same size ish, weren't they? So that's 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. That's that one. Might get some more cream card and add another couple of in there. And then this, so I cut this at so this is 1 1/2 inches. yeah, 1.5 inches. And then my papers were 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, my copy paper to make my notebook. So I'm going to leave these to dry for a minute, and then I'm going to finish decorating them up. So I think it's cute. I thought it was cute when I saw it on Pinterest, and it's taken a little bit of working out to make it. And the last thing I'm going to do is get my ink pad out, ink around there, and just decorate the front, and that will be job done. I think these are going to be fabulous. In fact, you know what, it's just thought if I was going to gift it, I'm not going to use this one, but I could put a belly band on instead, couldn't I? Oh, I'm going to have a play now with decorating it. That's the fun part once you've made it, is the decorating. So there you go. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll give it a go. Let me know if you do. And yeah, let me know if you'd have done things different. You know, my just leave something in the comments, in the description, in the comments box below. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.